Hey friends, Darren Bailey, your conservative voice for Illinois here, and I have some very exciting news for you. You've been hearing me talk for the last few months about starting a podcast, and that time is finally here. Had a few hiccups with some of the equipment, but we're there. And my good friend Tyler Byers has helped me secure what we need. And today, everything's kind of come into fruition as we kind of experiment here and get the right picture shots and get the audio right. So hopefully, after today, whenever I begin to have guests in studio, everything will go smooth like it should be. But as the years go by and the technology changes, we're a button push away from catastrophe. So hopefully that won't happen. But what I hope happens is that we began to create a resource and be able to catalog information for you. Time and time again, I've got men and women who come up to me and they're interested about a subject, or maybe they want to run for office and they're not for sure, where do I start at? What do I do? And I hope to have many wonderful guests in here and begin to talk about the process. So if you're interested in running for school board, start to finish, what do I do? Where do I get my petitions? And then what's expected after that? And then what's even expected once I'm on the school board? That's one thing that I've been blessed about with my recent past is that from 1994 to 2012, I spent 17 years on our local North Clay Unit 25 school board. I served the last 12 of those as board president. And then in 2017, I received the call to run for state representative for the 109th district here in Illinois. I served one term and I made noise and shook up the system. And then I was able to run for the 55th Senate district. And I served one term there until the people of Illinois called us to challenge J.B. Pritzker and run for governor. So I want to be able to use that experience to get you involved and help you understand the roles of government, all the way from our township level to our local parties and our counties. Precinct committee person to be able to talk about how important that role is and to be able to talk about in each one of these roles what will be expected of you. And if we do this right, friends, we can change society. We can change our schools. One voice makes the difference. And I think that's one thing you've probably witnessed and seen through this journey of mine. I've worked all of my life on the farm, and Cindy and I have raised 4 wonderful children, and we have 12 grandchildren. And to just expect the status quo to carry on as they've been doing, I personally have had enough of that. So I've been one who has stood up and challenged the system, and you've answered the call. And I've got men and women in the State House all along the way that have stood right there with me doing the same thing. We want to empower you to be that next voice for your school, for your county, for your community, eventually the state of Illinois, and ultimately our national government. So stay tuned in once this podcast gets rolling. We hope to eventually have a weekly podcast. I'll be announcing more information later. But if you're interested in voter integrity, if you're interested in running for a public office, I hope to have office holders in here, judges of different benches, sheriffs, state's attorneys, and talking about superintendents, principals, school board members, and developing more expertise on what these people do in their offices and what some of your roles as just a tax-paying citizen can be. So stay tuned, and eventually, hopefully, we will begin to start developing a library of a 15, 30-minute segment to where if you're interested in running for public office, you can go to a certain number of episodes, tune in and listen and educate yourself, because at the end of the day, your involvement is absolutely necessary in a constitutional republic. If we are going to preserve this republic, if we're going to save this republic, if we're going to restore our state, if we're going to get our nation back on track, we must have an educated and informed constituency. And that's what I know many of you are seeking that. And that's what I hope we can provide through this. So, friends, listen, until we talk again, I want to tell you thank you so much for tuning in to our Facebook messages. Thank you so much for being involved and engaged all across the state as Stephanie and I ran for governor to get Illinois turned around. We're going to talk about our experiences throughout this journey as well, to let you know what was good, what went right, what went wrong, and so that you can be better prepared to be the voice in your community. So thank you so much. You'll be hearing from us again very soon. God bless you, and thank you